Good evening and welcome to the February 2025 edition of the Town of Kent Zoning Board of Appeals. Before we begin, please rise and join me in pledging allegiance to the flag of our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. It looks like we're going to have a short show here this evening. We have one application before us, and I'd like to remind the applicant that if you have the return receipts, the stubs, to please bring them up before you go over to the podium. That will be much appreciated. And when you reach the podium, don't forget to sign in, and then we can get underway. So the application first, the only application being heard this evening is that of Jose Gutierrez, 22 Ponderosa. Jose Gutierrez, 22 Ponderosa. Okay, we'll give him a couple of minutes.
Well, that's one of our people.
No.
Good evening, Ted. How are you? Just waiting for our applicant. Our applicant is not here.
Yeah, Ted, our chairman has called for the applicant twice. We're going to give him a couple minutes because he's not in the room, obviously.
Okay. Did we already approve the minutes?
Not yet.
I see there are two other gentlemen and a lady in attendance. I know the lady. Are you gentlemen here to comment on the application?
Yes.
You are? Okay. Hold tight. Mr. Gutierrez. Come on up. Do you have any receipts or stubs for us from your mailings?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you don't mind, go over to the podium and sign in. Once you're signed in, you can tell us why you're here this evening.
I'd like to request the variance to build a house on the vacant lot under this tax ID, located around Ponderosa Road.
Okay, well, we've had the opportunity in part to review the site, take a look at the site. I'm going to open it up to board members for any commentary.
Should we hear from the public first?
Sure, we could do that. There's a couple of members of the public that would like to comment on this application. Why don't you come up and sign in, please? Thank you. Welcome, sir. If you'll be so kind to state your name and your address for the record.
Yes, Kenneth Keeler, 39 La Crosse Road.
Okay. So please, go on, tell us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how this process really works, but I got the notice to come in, I guess any grievance if I had any. I don't know if he's able to build or what the procedure is, but my concerns would be, you come and live in a predominantly wooded area, and then when the house goes up, it's like a billboard looking at you from one direction. So I would probably say, if he's able to build on the lot, my concerns would be maybe a buffer between the neighbors, or put some evergreens in or something like that, so it's not like I'm living in, Mid-Westchester somewhere. That's all I could say, because if it's his lot, I can't, if you're able to build, you can't stand in front of progress. But I am concerned with the visual impact, since it's wooded now.
Are you next door to the lot or across
You're
the
on the
street?
Next door to, I'm above the lot.
Above on
When
the-
you come up La Crosse Road, it's on a hill.
Right.
So he would be here, and I'm here, which the property, when I come down my driveway, the lot goes right up to my driveway. So, when I turn off the street and I come down to my house like this, the lot comes right up, to my driveway. So that would be my concern. Where the house is set, if there's a chance to leave a decent wood buffer without pushing it all the way to the other neighbor's house, So I don't know how big the lot is. I don't know, but that would be my concern.
So the lot goes through from Ponderosa to La Crosse? And his lot?
So, just to clarify, it's not in where I have the house now that I want to build.
Right.
So the loads are from Ponderosa to La Crosse. There's two. One where I have the current house, which is 22 Ponderosa Road, and that's next to you.
Right.
Is the one on the other side. So that area behind the house will always be green, because it's part of the current.
On the hill?
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking to,
On the other side of your house.
no, that's what I mean, like from where my driveway is, right?
No, that area is my current house.
Oh, that goes with that lot?
Yes.
Oh, so the other lot is actually further
It's
down?
the other one.
Oh, okay. So, I guess, are you looking to, the entrance to the house, would it be on Ponderosa or La
On La
Crosse?
Crosse, but it doesn't, you can't build anything on Ponderosa. It's too small, there's the creek, and you can't do it.
So again, it's on La Crosse, so that would be my concern. How close is the house if we could have a wooded buffer, or either, some type of, throw in some evergreens or something. I didn't even know it was buildable, but when McGlasson built my house years ago, oh no, that's not so I don't know.
But just to clarify, as I understand it, you're next to 22 Ponderosa, which is where your current house is, right?
No, I'm 39,
39
39
La
La
Crosse.
right.
But
Is
20,
that-
20,
It's across it's like in between the cross and
right.
So
because the
what
whole-
number is your house?
15.
So it's in between the two of us.
Oh, okay. So you're 15 La Crosse.
Sorry.
You're on La Crosse,
I'm 15 across.
so you're on the house that is.
Down the hill from
down
mine.
the hill.
Exactly.
Got it. So, yes, it will be, that's where there's a pipe coming down the road, is that your house? There's like, under the road, there's an easement, water.
Okay, well, let's hold up on that for now. So we appreciate your concerns and we understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah,
Is there anything else you'd like to
but
say?
from what you're saying is what's next to my property is connected to your existing lot.
So the area behind your property is part of my current home lot.
Right.
That, I can't touch that. It's
Right.
already, there's already a house on
Right.
That will always be the same.
But that doesn't go all the way to La Crosse?
It does. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so what I'm thinking, then you would probably be further down the hill.
Correct, it's marked.
Yeah.
If you do a distance between the two houses, the other lot starts in the middle of it towards the other house, not to your house.
Okay, I understand. So apparently, I guess that would leave a buffer, but that's my concern, to have a wooded buffer.
I think the back of your lot's gonna be that wooded, the back of 22 is gonna be that wooded buffer,
Yeah.
right?
So that's my only concern.
All right, great, well, thank you very much.
Right. Did we get some kind of follow-up on what happens, or what was decided?
You can either stay until the end of this meeting, and then you'll know what's been decided.
Or, okay.
Yeah, because we're gonna make a determination if all goes according to plan. We're gonna make a decision on the variance this evening,
I got you.
okay?
Thank you.
And then from there, when the actual construction takes place, then it becomes a planning board issue, correct, Bill?
Correct. If a variance is granted, then his next step is to go to the planning board and Board of Health. He'll need Board of Health approval for well and septic, and because he'll have more than 5,000 square feet of soil disturbance for the house and the septic system, he needs to go to the planning board for approval there. He'll need to meet the zoning setbacks anyway, which are going to be 50-foot rear, 40-foot front, and then 20-foot sides.
Didn't something happen several years ago?
You want to go back up to the mic, please?
Something happened several years ago about the town of Kent needing, I guess if you're not grandfathered in or something, needing 2 acres per dwelling?
The current zoning there is 2 acres. The current zoning for your area is 2 acres.
Okay.
He's here to apply for a variance for that acreage.
I got you. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the acreage is 80,000 square feet. He's got 72,000 square feet. He's short.
Right,
That's what the variance is for.
I got you.
Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, would you like to come up and make some comments, please? Please sign in. Podium.
Okay, I just go, or?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so I live in the other house that was just being alluded to, 15 La Crosse. So if I understand correctly, but I think I do at this point, that the lot in question is between our 2 houses. And so I guess, yeah, that I'm in the house that was just being referred to that doesn't have that built-in buffer at the back of 22 Ponderosa. So, I would echo the things that Ken said. I did come here in part because I was confused about what the variance was for, but it seems like that question just got answered. And we just have a couple other more specific concerns, one of which is that we have kind of an ongoing or longstanding issue with erosion on our property, and so because of the, this lot in question is, or the side that's going to be built on it is a somewhat steep hill, like rocky kind of hill, and so we have some concerns that the building there, the distance to that hill could, because we're downhill from that hill, could have some impact on our property in that regard. A similar thing with like possible water runoff, because there's a stream that's at least partly on the property boundary. We don't know what the building, if there's going to be some kind of redirection of that stream or something that could affect the way we get, flooded sometimes, like in our basement, because again, we're downhill from the property. And then, yeah, I guess I also just came, which maybe isn't necessarily an issue for the board, but more just like a question of like, what the nature of the, is this just like a new build to just be sold, or is it like, or you have other use for it, or family, or whatever it is? We're just curious about those kinds of questions. Yeah, and I think that's kind of the gist of it. I mean, the other thing I would say is, which is maybe not so relevant for this process, but just that, my wife and I both work from home, and we also have a new baby at home, so we're not thrilled at the idea of a year plus of construction noise every day during the day. But, that's not necessarily the problem of this board or whatever. But yeah, I think those are basically my main comments, if I'm not forgetting anything.
Okay, great. Well, just so you're clear, as Bill stated before, the reason why we're here this evening is to decide on the variance that the applicant is requesting.
Right.
With regards to your concerns about the rocky area, the water, anything like that, when that goes to the planning board, he will have to supply the appropriate environmental paperwork and site plan and erosion control and all that. Right now, we're here
Gotcha.
to decide on the variance itself. So,
Understood.
if we were to approve the variance this evening, it still has a long way to go.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that, I didn't understand that part
Yeah.
upon arriving at this meeting, so I
Yeah.
appreciate the clarification.
Yeah, but we appreciate you voicing your concerns.
Can I ask
Absolutely.
you
Thank you.
just one question? I'm
Sure.
a little bit confused about where your house is relative to, we took a site visit.
Uh-huh.
So I know, it's between La Crosse, which is up the hill, and
Right.
Ponderosa. You're on La Crosse.
I am on La Crosse,
Which
yeah.
suggests that you'd be way up above and wouldn't have a flooding issue, but maybe you're down.
I'm below.
further?
I'm the first house
Goes
on the
down?
south side, I guess, of La Crosse.
Okay.
So it's like my house, then the lot in question, then I guess the back of what's currently 22, then Ken's house.
Got it, okay,
Like coming up from the bottom of La Crosse.
all right.
Yeah. I think that's,
Anyone else? I thank you very much.
okay, thanks. Thank you.
Can I speak?
Sure.
The reason why I'm asking for the variance is that I'm certainly paying taxes for a buildable lot, so I love that area. It's next to my lot, and it's, whatever you determine, I'm fine with, but then I want to use this to then pay taxes to what's appropriate, because I'm paying for a buildable lot, so I think we have to just do the count later. And regarding I don't know if when you visited the site, there's a town's pipe under the road that drains into that small little creek. So I guess that's the town's issue, I guess, I don't know what that does, or whether I think it takes water from the other side of the road under that creek that then crosses my property too.
If there's an easement, that would be an issue with the highway department.
Oh, that's not the town? Oh, it's a different department, okay.
Correct, it's
Got
a
it.
different department.
Okay,
Okay?
got it, thanks.
Okay. Any other board member have any commentary regarding this application?
Sue, want to speak?
Can I ask, have you had engineers look at that? That is a very rocky hill, and looks like there's some ledge and some rock, and it seems challenging but you say it's buildable. Have you had an engineer sort of reaffirm that?
Well, I said it, I'm paying as if it was buildable
Right.
based on the value of my taxes.
Right.
But, if it's non-buildable, then that should not be the value that I'm paying taxes for. So regardless of the outcome, I want to know. But I brought someone especially for the septic tank. In fact, my main concern is that I may not have enough for a septic tank. But I don't want to invest in what it takes to determine that if I don't have the variance to begin with.
Sure.
Because that's expensive. And so what was the point of investing if you're not going to allow me to do anything after? But there's the creek, and I understand you have to be 100 feet away from it, from the last part, but there's like a wetland thing. So that's my main concern. And I brought someone, and he kind of said, well, maybe here and there, and and obviously gave me a proposal, but I wanted to do this first. But, who knows? Yeah.
Is there anyone else who'd like to comment on this application?
I just have a couple of questions.
If you wouldn't mind stating your name and address for the record,
Sure.
please.
Sue Kotzer, 89 Nimham Road. So, 2-acre zoning for one dwelling. But now this gentleman is asking for a variance to put another home on this 2 acres, or not quite 2 acres.
Correct. There's currently 1.67 acres on that property, and the applicant is asking for a 7,000 and change variance.
Okay.
So in others, there are 2 acres. There's 4 acres, I mean.
I'm sorry?
Isn't there, your property already is within 2 acres, I mean, it has 2 acres. Am I mixed up?
Yes,
a
there's not
separate
another
parcel.
home, though. His current home is on
Current.
one lot. This is a different lot.
Okay.
And that
But
lot
how
is
many
less than 2
acres
acres.
is it
That's
total?
correct.
How many acres is it total?
1.67 or something like that?
1.67.
So it's not even the 2 acres?
No, it's not 2 acres.
So he'll have 2 dwellings on less than 2 acres?
No.
No, less than 4 acres.
Oh, then I'm.
So he's asking for a variance, the lot does not have 2 acres? And so he's
Okay.
asking for a variance of 7,000 square feet?
7524.8 to be exact.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's 2 different lots. One lot has a house, it's a little less than 2 acres.
Yeah.
Then there's another lot, which is a little less than 2 acres, that's vacant right now.
I get-
It's the
oh,
vacant lot
okay.
that he's looking for.
All right,
a waiver.
thanks for clarifying that.
Anyone else here to comment on this application? Anyone else to comment on the application? Anyone else to comment on the application? Okay, board members, if there's no further discussion, do I have a motion to approve this application?
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I didn't see the property, so I cannot comment.
So you're abstaining? Okay. Okay, so you could follow up with the building department. Okay, you're all set.
You would be going to the planning board next. You have a long ways to go before you get to the building department. You have to get through the planning board process. You'll need a set of site plans, engineering, topo survey. There's a whole bunch of things. You'll see this lady over here. She's the secretary for the planning board. You and your engineer can file an application with the planning board and then work on Board of Health to see what you can get there also. Because if you can't get Board of Health, again, another stumbling block. But if you can't get Board of Health, there's no sense of going further. So,
What do you mean about the septic tank?
your septic tank and fields,
And fields, yeah.
correct, because whatever, how many bedroom house you putting in?
It depends on the field, I guess. That's what they told me, that depends on the rains
No.
and the surface.
Yep. And no matter where you put the fields, remember, you have to be 100 feet away from the wetlands and/or buffer. Yep. So you have a long ways before you get to the building department.
And thank you for the correction, Bill. Those words are just ingrained in my muscle memory. I couldn't manage to say it. So, yes, your next step is Vera and the planning department.
Yeah, this is just zoning, that's all we're doing, just zoning.
Thank you. Is there anything else before the board? Before I proceed to close? There being none, do I have a motion to close?
I'll make the motion to close.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll see you back again in March. Good night.
Good night, everyone.